We all knew it. Big Phil, Big Phil, Big Phil. Rangers are sticking with Big Phil after the disaster of the cup exit. Blah blah blah. That's last week. You know what? I've been out of it for the past couple of days. Don't really big. I mean, this isn't any surprise, right? Big Phil's staying. That is pretty much it. We knew that if Queens Park didn't, if he wasn't sacked on Monday afternoon last week, 9 days ago, 10 days ago, whatever, then we knew this wasn't going to happen. So this is no real surprise. So let's. I mean, they've labelled it as a disastrous Scottish Cup loss to Queens Park. The long-term interests of the club not to save money, according to Chief Executive Patrick Stewart. So let's dive in to what he said in a club media interview, and I'll talk about what I think about it. Right. So, and I quote: "We've been underperforming for several seasons now. That's not down to a manager. We have changed the manager, and it's not made a difference." Until we sort the root causes, then it's akin to try fixing a broken house and starting with the ceiling instead of starting with the foundations. For all that, the Queen's Park result was disastrous. We do also have to give credit to Clement and the team for the Europa League run. I don't want to take a step that would put further progress in the Europa League at risk. End of quote. Right, hold on here, right? See this pish about we've been underperforming for several seasons and it's not down to a manager, right? We have underperformed for several seasons. But see to throw Philip Clement in the same category as Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, who got us to a Europa League final, won a Scottish Cup, and also qualified us for the Champions League, in with Big Phil. That's absolutely ridiculous, right? And yeah, you could argue that domestically, in terms of winning league titles, changing a managers, Gio, Beale, and now Clement, it hasn't worked, but I think it's very distasteful and not right to throw Gio in there with those jobbers. Now, Stuart did add, and also he points about the fucking Europa League run. We're in the last 16 of the Europa League. It's been good, right? Borderline great, because we had a really tough 8 games. I mean, nothing's won. We're in the last 16 of Europe. To me, that should be the minimum. Especially in the Europa League, so let's not, pretend that's fucking the almighty. Anyway, right, Stuart went on to say, "I'm not here to make popular decisions and get quick wins. I do not want to repeat the mistakes of the past." Then he was asked if the club's finances would make it difficult to remove Clement. Stuart replied that absolutely not the case. "I've said that consistently that we are not refusing to make changes because of finances," he said. "To keep somebody in a position to avoid a termination payment is a false economy. That's not a way to run a club. Decisions have been made for the long-term interest of the club, not to save money. We've got to stick to the plan. We're also no no free passes. We're all judged on results." Right. So let's just dive in a time machine here. This could get tragic. Right, 2028, Big Phil's still here. Sees that his contract leaves at the end of the 27-28 season, right? And say Patrick Stewart and the rest of this board are here. Say we get a manager that's just as bad as Phil, if not worse, or maybe just a wee bit better. And we lose to, Dumbarton at Ibrox in the Cup and we go out. What if they spit this same pish? Oh, well, we used to sack guys, we're not doing it. This is going to start a trend that's going to normalise results like this, and therefore we are going to slip further and further and further away from what we once were. And that's the truth here. I'm not going to spend any more time talking about it because it's fucking depressing. Alright? This guy should have been sacked at the start of September. I mean, you know what? I would have sacked him at the start of September, right? But once we lost that game to Aberdeen and we went 9 points behind Aberdeen and Celtic, that was it. That's a hangable offence. Queen's Park, I don't even know what that is, man. That's like torture. Shite. All great banter and all that. But Big Phil, he needed to go. And if you're pretending that 3-1 win against Hearts on Sunday is fantastic, then you must be snorting crystal meth or something, because it was pish. Anyway, moving on. He's not going anywhere, folks, and that's the reality. And as I said just about a minute ago, that's going to set a dangerous precedent, because if he's not going anywhere, what's to stop the next manager that comes in after Phil? Because we will have one eventually. He can't be here until the end of time, unless there's a nuclear war going on or something. But you know what I mean. Anyway, till then, peace.